Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. I'm so happy to have you here with me again. Thank you truly for always showing your support, for every like, every comment, every time you choose to spend a few moments of your day with me. I hope today's video brings you a bit of peace and comfort, a chance to unwind after a long, tiring day. You deserve a break, and you're in the right place. Today I want to tell you a story. The story of our main character, a young woman named Tieu Ca. Life has never been easy for her. She's faced a lot of challenges growing up in difficult circumstances, constantly trying to make it through one tough situation after another. But despite it all, she's never let go of her desire to rise above, to create a better future for herself. Tieu Ca is the kind of person who holds on to hope even when things feel hopeless. She's strong not in a loud or dramatic way, but in the quiet, persistent way that keeps her moving forward when everything around her says to give up. What she longs for deep down is something simple but powerful: love, care, and the warmth of being truly seen and understood. She wants to feel safe, to be held, to let down her guard and know someone will be there to catch her. She dreams of being able to stop being strong all the time just for a moment and lean on someone else. Her story is about more than just hardship. It's about resilience, hope, and the human need to be loved and protected. I hope as you follow her journey, you not only feel moved by her strength, but also reminded of your own. So sit back, relax, and let's step into her world together. And now, all those quiet dreams she once held deep inside her heart have finally come true. Tieu Ca, a young woman who had known more struggle than peace, no longer walks alone. After years of facing life's storms with no one to lean on, she's finally found the warmth she's always longed for. The days of loneliness, of pushing through pain and silence are behind her now. She is loved, genuinely, deeply, by someone who not only sees her worth but honors it every single day. His name is Hung, a successful CEO, but more importantly, a man with a heart full of compassion. He doesn't just offer her material comfort or promises. He offers presence, patience, and protection. He respects her decisions. He takes care of her without ever making her feel small. With him, she never has to pretend to be strong. She can finally rest, finally breathe. To Tieu Ca, Hung is nothing short of a miracle, a blessing she never dared to ask for. It's as if the universe saw all the storms she weathered alone, and finally sent someone to shelter her from the rain. But the gifts didn't stop with him. Alongside Hung came something she never expected: the love of family. His parents didn't just accept her, they embraced her with open arms. They gave her something she thought she'd never experience: unconditional care. The kind that makes you feel like you've truly come home. For a girl who once believed real family love just wasn't meant for her, this was life-changing. Then came a special day, one that would stay with her forever. The house they were building together was almost finished, their future home, a symbol of everything they had been through and all that was ahead. That day, Tieu Ca stood under the temporary roof of the nearly completed house, watching a scene that moved her more than words ever could. Hung was out there working alongside the construction crew, not supervising, not giving orders, but working, sweating under the sun, lifting, shoveling, laying each roof tile with his own hands. His shirt clung to his back, soaked in sweat. Mud stained his jeans. His hands were calloused and dirty. But his expression, peaceful, determined, proud. He was building this home for her, with her, not because he had to, but because he wanted to, because he loved her that much. "Just sit and rest, sweetheart," he had told her earlier, gently guiding her to a chair in the shade. "I've got this." And she listened, because sometimes being loved means learning how to receive. Hours later, after the roof was fully set, he came to her and sat down beside her, wiping his brow. "I was thinking," he began, "we should level the floor in here and in the kitchen next. Once it's even, we'll pour concrete. That way the whole place will be clean and safe. Han can run around and play without getting hurt or dirty." She nodded, smiling. "That sounds like a good idea, but won't it be kind of..." Before she could finish, he gently interrupted her. "Don't worry about the cost," he said with a loving grin. "Let me handle that. I just want you and Han to have the best. Everything's already ordered. They'll deliver it all later this afternoon. You don't need to worry about a thing." Tieu Ca looked at him, her heart swelling. It wasn't just what he said, it was how he said it. With ease, with confidence, with love. "Thank you," she whispered, her voice barely audible, but heavy with meaning. "Thank you for everything." He smiled, the kind of smile that said, "This is where I want to be." Then, without another word, he returned to his work, scooping, leveling, preparing the earth where their life would grow. And in that moment, as she watched him from under the shaded awning of their soon-to-be home, she felt it all. The love, the gratitude, the overwhelming realization that she was safe, not just physically, but emotionally. This wasn't just about building a house. It was about building a life, a family, a future. What moved her most wasn't the grand gestures or the idea of luxury. It was the simple, steady way he loved her. The way he never made her feel like a burden. The way he created space for her, not just in his home, but in his heart. To the outside world, it might have looked like just another man working on a construction site. But to Tieu Ca, it was a love story written in sweat, in calloused hands, and in selfless effort. She didn't just feel loved, she felt chosen. And for the first time in her life, she didn't have to survive anymore. She could live fully, freely, and with someone who would be by her side, no matter what came next. And then, just as they were working, the sky shifted. A gentle afternoon breeze stirred the air as dark clouds rolled in, and without warning, a soft summer rain began to fall, the kind of rain that brings a calm hush to the world. The late sunlight still peeked through the mist, casting a warm golden glow over the horizon. Hung and Tieu Ca paused their work and took shelter under the roof of their unfinished home. It was quiet, peaceful, just the two of them sitting side by side, watching the rain dance across the open land before them. There was something magical about it. The world outside faded away, and all that remained was the sound of the rain, the scent of earth, and the gentle rhythm of two hearts finally at peace. They didn't say much at first. They didn't have to. The silence between them was filled with understanding, with affection that didn't need words. Tieu Ca turned to him, her eyes soft. Gently, she reached up and wiped the sweat from his forehead, her fingers lingering for a moment longer than necessary. Their eyes met a quiet, lingering gaze that said more than either of them could speak aloud. There was tenderness there, longing, a love that had grown through patience and shared effort. For that brief moment under the rain, it felt like time had stopped. And then, just as quickly as it came, the rain faded. The sun peeked out once more, warming the air and lighting the landscape in a soft glow. Without saying a word, Hung stood up and got back to work. There was dirt to clear, ground to level, and little by little, he picked up right where he left off. Tieu Ca joined him, her hands brushing against his as they worked side by side, no complaints, no rush. Just quiet companionship and the shared joy of building something together. They worked like that until late into the evening, the sky slowly turning to shades of deep blue and amber. Laughter mixed with tired sighs, and their house slowly came to life, not just with walls and a roof, but with love in every corner. It wasn't a grand moment, but it was a beautiful one, the kind of moment that lingers long after the day ends, the kind of moment that feels like home.
Những giọt nước mắt bất chợt trào ra, Tieu Ca khóc lóc lên, không phải vì tủi thân hay buồn bã trước những ký ức đau thương trong quá khứ vừa nhắc đến, mà đó là những giọt nước mắt hạnh phúc của niềm xúc động sâu sắc, niềm vui trào dâng, vì cô cảm nhận được tình yêu thương, sự quan tâm và lo lắng chân thành mà anh dành cho cô. Cô khóc vì lần đầu tiên sau bao nhiêu ngày sóng gió, có người thật sự đứng bên, che chở, đồng hành cùng cô. Nhẹ nhàng vòng tay ôm lấy cô, dịu dàng an ủi, thì thầm bên tai: "Em đừng khóc nữa, mọi chuyện rồi sẽ ổn thôi. Anh luôn ở đây, không để em đơn độc." Cô tựa vào vai anh, cảm nhận hơi ấm lan tỏa, lòng dịu lại. Những tiếng nức dồn trong lòng cô. Sau một lúc, khi cô dần bình tâm hơn, anh nhìn đồng hồ và nhận ra trời đã sắp tối. Anh mỉm cười dịu dàng, nắm tay cô khẽ nói: "Trời cũng đã muộn rồi, mình cùng nhau đón bé Han về nhé. Chắc bé Han đang mong lắm." Tieu Ca gật đầu. Trong ánh mắt ấy sáng lên niềm hy vọng của sức sống mới. Cùng anh bước đi trên con đường dẫn về phía tương lai, nơi có hạnh phúc đang đón chờ cô.